everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show. And welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. I am so excited and honored to be here with these beautiful queens, and we're going to have a great episode. I'm telling you, fasten your seatbelts, get ready, because these women, Angie, Tiffany, Dr. Lakia, they're going to take you on a roller coaster ride today. One that's going to give you some emotional highs, some emotional lows, but you're going to get a chance to hear their story, their journey pertaining to multiple sclerosis and why they decided that we're not going to let this stop us. We're going to move forward, and we don't have to wait until we're accepted by any other sorority in the world. We're going to create our own. How about that? Oh, those kind of women, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So Angie, tell us, if you will, just in a little nutshell, because people are tuning in, they're coming into the virtual studio audience, they're grabbing their seats, and we want to know, what can people expect to hear when you speak today, when you talk to us today? Tell us a little bit.
Just how I did not let my diagnosis stop me from doing the things that I want to do.
Yes. Okay. All right. There you have it. How not to let a diagnosis stop you from doing what you are supposed to do. That's what you're going to hear when you hear from Angie Spence. Tiffany English, tell everybody what they can expect from you today.
Just to advocate for yourself as far as your health. You have to do that.
Advocate for yourself. I'm taking notes too. See, that's what I tell y'all. You see, I got my whole pen. Take notes. Advocate for yourself. That's going to be something that all of us today need to know about, how to advocate for ourselves, how not to let a diagnosis stop you. Don't let a diagnosis stop you. We're going to have a good discussion. Dr. Lakia, what can people expect when you talk today?
Learning to live your life. Learning to live your life and not allow MS to stop you from living. Life isn't over.
Yes. So just because you have a diagnosis that says, hey, this is life limiting, in your opinion, life is not over. Live your life. Yes. So now, whether you all that are viewing today have MS or whether you don't, that's beyond the point. The point is, these women here today are going to inspire us and take us on a journey that's going to change our way of thinking about life, regardless of what you've been told that's going to limit your journey called life. So when we come back after this commercial break, we're going to start talking about this very necessary topic. And let's see some of the people that's coming in. I see you, Cool Gamer. I see you saying amen, Mandy. Amen. Let us know where you're visiting in from. I see you, Mandy, saying we are our chief advocates.
That is right.
Yes. Love to your highest self always. Go ahead, Mandy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So beautiful gray hair over there. You looking like you like, look, I'm out here in the nature. I love myself. Yes. This is awesome. Teresa says, glad to have you. Life is not over. Live it to the fullest, Audrey says. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. For service. Oh, Mandy also said that I recently received an unexpected Canadian provincial award for my service for and with MS friends.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations to you, Mandy. And also congratulations. Let's see. Mandy is from Ontario, Canada. I see people visiting in. Nayla says she's from New York. I see raising funds. She loves raising funds for MS. So
Awesome.
please,
Awesome.
make sure you all connect outside of the show as well. That's Mandy Robinson, y'all. Ace Wall says congratulations, and awesome. Kanajo says so. Glad to have you all from. I see you, Nayla, from New York. Chicago's in the house. I see all of you all. Thank you. I see Canada's in the house. Thank you all for tuning in today. We're going to go ahead, and I see you from Kenya. Thank you for making this a global experience today.
Wow.
Don't put that comment up, Mackenzie. Let's see. Ace Wall General, thank you. I see you, and I see some of you trying to advertise different things, but we appreciate you. Okay, glad to have you in the studio audience to pass your business card out to those that's around. All right. Thank you. Keep it moving here. All right. So listen, everybody. I see you, Mom. You said you're all the way from the 757 area, and that's in Newport News, Virginia. My mom, the beautiful queen, is on as well. And
hello.
We're gonna go ahead.
Hi.
Hey, Mom. Everybody say hi. All right. Listen, everybody. We're going to take a quick commercial break from one of our episode sponsors, and then we're going to come back and hear from these wonderful women that started a wonderful initiative that we're going to learn a lot more about this hour. We'll be right back. Mackenzie's going to send us to commercial in a second. Okay. Thank you, Mackenzie. I appreciate it.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
Everyone, we are back, and we are talking with the founders of a very unique organization. I would like for you, Dr. Lakia, if you would, tell everybody about the organization that is here that we're talking about today.
Well, Alpha Eta Phi, Multiple Sclerosis Sorority Incorporated, was founded in August of last year, August 29th, 2021.
Okay.
So we aren't even a year old. We're coming up on our first birthday.
Congratulations! Everybody put some emojis, some high fives, some praise the Lord in the comments. That's awesome. Okay.
Yes. So we were all in a another chronic illness sorority, and we all left for different reasons at different times, but we still remain friends. We still remain close, and we knew that we had such a great support system with not just our family, but with each other. And we said, well, why not have it for women in the MS community? At some point in life, we all may have thought about joining a sorority, and life happened. So we weren't able to join those sororities. So why not combine the two? MS is a part of our lives, and it's something that's near and dear to us, but we also wanted to pledge. So let's combine them and offer other women in the community the type of support that we offer each other.
Wow, that is so inspiring. Mm-hmm. So inspiring.
Yeah.
And to know that it's not even a year old, pretty much coming up on your 1 year anniversary, is amazing, because it seems like it's been around forever. When I heard this, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know stuff like this exists. I have 3 children that live with cystic fibrosis. And so to know that there are fraternities and sororities that are geared towards special needs, that it melts my heart. Not in a sad way, but in a very positive, exciting, grateful way. I'm just really grateful that you all started this. Okay, so wow, we got a lot to talk about here. Let me go ahead and just introduce you all, and then we can kind of deep dive into some of this. Dr. Lakia Conway is a resident of Maryland, but a Philadelphia native. Dr. Conway completed her bachelor and master's degree in psychology and in liberal arts within the Pennsylvania state system of higher education. And she later went to complete her ED.D in higher, what is it, ED? How do you say that?
Eddie.
ED. Okay, in higher education and adult learning. Dr. Conway spent several years in her field of expertise, but ultimately stopped due to some medical challenges. So I want to give her a chance to talk about her own story and some of the actual awards that she's received and honors that she received versus me just reading through all of them. So she doesn't look at MS as a curse at all. She has her own philosophy surrounding this, and I want you to talk about that a little bit more. So Dr. Lakia Conway, welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you.
So talk to us and tell us your perspective. What happened in your life that transpired when you were in school and that became a medical situation for you?
So I believe I was having symptoms back in undergrad, but I kind of ignored them. I was in college. I just got to college, and it was like, no, this is not me. I don't have this. I don't know what you don't know what you're talking about. So I started falling more. I had balance issues, just pains and the tingling feelings in my legs and my hands. But again, I ignored it. It wasn't until I took my phone apart in my sleep and I laid it next to me in pieces. And this is when Nextel was out. And I chipped a piece of the phone and it got into my eye. That sent me to the hospital. And ultimately, that's how they figured out that I had optic neuritis, because they had to do the eye scans and stuff. And the optic neuritis showed that I had lesions in my brain. So I went through all of the scans. I was in the hospital on IV steroids. I had a spinal tap for, I think it was about 10 times they tapped my spine to try to get fluids out to get more testing done, but I was bone dry. At that point I was out of work. I hadn't graduated from college, had a baby and everything. And the doctor came in and they said, well, I think you need to go see a neurologist. Nope. Still didn't go see the neurologist after they told me it was a potential I had MS. I think I waited a couple years. Finally went because things just started getting worse. Primary care doctor couldn't. She ran every test possible. And she said, listen, you have to go see a neurologist. And she sent me to one of her friends and he figured out you have MS. I started on one medication with one doctor. For me, it did not work out. And I started to develop more lesions. So they switched me to another doctor, another medication. Ultimately, that didn't work for me either. And the doctor said, listen, if I don't switch your medication, you're going to be in a wheelchair in a year.
And now, wait, Dr. Lakia, now this is going, everybody, so that you see this journey. This is going from not knowing, never being diagnosed until this cell phone incident happened, that you then became aware that something was happening in your body that was unbeknownst to you. Then all of this stuff started to get...
No one in my family either.
So this wasn't even hereditary. So MS is not... Is MS something that, for the viewers, is it something that's typically hereditary for people? Or no? Because I don't think it is based on the research we have. Okay.
No.
Okay, so you had no clue. You were just going about your everyday life, and this was what happened for you. That this incident, something happened with the cell phone, triggered a whole medical big reveal in your life. To the point where you were going to ultimately be in a wheelchair, according to them, if you didn't act quick. Oh my gosh. Okay. So
I went through my master's program. I had went through my doctorate program. I had went through all of this. And the doctorate program was later on in life. And I had, I was on, I think, the second medication, because this was before I had even graduated. And for me, I guess my body just wasn't agreeing to it. And it just kept developing lesion after lesion in different, not only was it on my brain, but now it was on my spine. So that's what ultimately when he said, you're going to be in a wheelchair, because it started to affect my gait and my balance and being able to walk long distances and stand long distances. And I have numbness in 3 of my fingers, can't feel my fingers. So that really sparked okay, we need to act now and make this change.
Okay. So you make the change and you realize that you had to take some emergency measures for you to prevent being stuck in a wheelchair type of situation for the rest of your life, according to what the doctor was saying. And what happens then? Tell us some more.
That was it.
Okay.
Nothing. I made this change, went on to this new medication, and I started where I was a special education teacher at a high school, 9th to 12th graders, and I had, my class was a special kind of class, so I had all grades in my class.
Okay.
And he said to me, "You can't do this anymore." I was looking at him like, "What? I got all these thousands of dollars in loans that I gotta pay. This is
You like, I have to do what I'm called to do.
This is what I want to do. I want to teach." I had switched careers too.
Oh my
Because I went from a social work career over to education. So I did a complete change. So it's like, okay, no, sir, this is not going to work. I need you to come up with something else. And he said, no, you can't work. This is stressing you out. This is bringing more, is triggering symptoms for you. I have to pull you out. And I told my family, my husband, and I think he was like a deer in headlights. I think my mom was a deer in headlights. Like, wait, what? Right. We had just bought a house. So it was kind of like our world just kind of went up in a tailspin. And we just been living ever since by God's grace.
By God's grace. So when you say live your life, you really mean live your life. And so
yes.
what I want to make sure that we do, optic, let me put, now you make me put my glasses on so you can put comments.
Optic neuritis.
I can only see the comments. Okay, optic neuritis, is that what you said?
Optic neuritis.
Optic neuritis is what she said, Terry. Yeah. Optic neuritis.
I believe it's N-E-U-R. Instead of the M, put an N.
Yeah, let me look it up too. Optic Neuritis. Optic neuritis. Perfect. So now when you tell people to live their lives, I want to hear from your perspective. What advice do you give people to really say, forget everything that's happened in the diagnosis, everything that could be plaguing you that could make you feel humdrum in life, live your life? What do you mean by that?
One of the things that I always wanted to do was swim with dolphins. My husband took me to the Bahamas and I swam with dolphins.
Oh,
live your life. That's what I mean. Live your life. Enjoy. Do what makes you happy, because you're always going to be in pain. I don't think it's a day that goes by that I'm not in pain.
Right.
You're always going to have those moments where you just want to give up, and you go through that depression, but you have to learn to dig into your toolbox and bring yourself out. And that's where the support system comes in, because your family can support you all day long. But when you have a group of sisters or even other people who suffer from the same thing, they understand, and it's no guessing with them. And you don't feel crazy talking to them about, I think I feel something's crawling on my skin, but it's nothing really there. Right. Or I'm so tired and I just can't get out of bed. They understand that, whereas some of your friends is like, what? Let's go. You used to be ready to be on the go.
Right.
So live. It's important.
Okay. And so I see so many things in your bio here. You say it's the daily fight that's with multiple sclerosis, coupled with being a full-time wife, mother of a 14-year-old girl, business owner of 2 companies, yes. Unique Designs and C&L Logistics, is nothing short of amazing and makes you a woman of worth. Talk to us also at some point about, I would like to hear, right, before we take another commercial break and speak with someone else, how do you balance MS and all of these different hats that you wear?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
I knew that was the answer because that's my answer. I can't do it all. I just got to equip you with what you need.
Yeah, I think I definitely have to write things down. I have to, okay, I know during this time, this hour, I have to deal with this. And then I just go down the line and deal with everything else. As far as my husband, he'll always have his time. He'll always be around. Will he give some pushback? I want to do this, and the sorority is this, but he understands about the sorority. He understands about the illness. The teenager, she's in cheerleading, she's in track, she's in basketball. So I'm constantly in the car, and a lot of times I'll have an iPad, I'll have a laptop, or I'm on the phone talking to these two, talking to Tiffany and Angie.
These women
At a
right
track
here.
meet, yes, at a track meet or something, but they understand. So, and then the companies are just the companies. I kind of fill in and do. I might be talking on the phone to them and cutting something out, weeding something out, or pressing a t-shirt or something. I'm always doing something, but at some point I have to sometimes tell myself, slow down and stop, because you're going to put yourself in E. And when I go down to E, I am no good to nobody.
That's right. We have to, many people say this, we can only give from our overflow. So we have to get our own cups filled first, and then we can give from whatever is all of the extra off the top, you know?
Yep.
But we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves. And that's easier said than done. A lot of people say that, but when it comes time to do it, it's a different story. So
yes, it is.
So I'm really grateful to hear your philosophy on that. I'm sure we're going to come back some more throughout this discussion to you, Dr. Lakia, but I am excited about what you've already shared. And are you the founder officially? Or
all of us are the founders.
All of you are the founders. So
yeah,
Angie, like, go ahead, girl. You better be correct. Your facial expression, Angie. You did a facial expression. You like, go on now, say the deal. Don't be the big eye now. This is a we thing.
No, it was definitely a we thing. Definitely.
If you go back and look at the rewind of the video, you did do this for 1 minute. You were like, I'm totally playing. We have to be able to have fun in life too, because if not, life is just it's so many serious things that's going on in this world. Every once in a while, you have to just unplug and say, let me just have some fun for a few minutes. And with the disease that you all live with every single day of your lives, and you're battling and kicking this thing in the head, you got to have moments where you just laugh and let your hair down and have fun. So everyone, we're talking today, for those of you that may be just joining in, we're talking with women that have decided that they're not going to wait for a sorority that's going to invite them to be a part. They are actually going to start their own sorority, and they are, let me put this up. I just absolutely love this particular image too.
Our paddle.
This paddle is awesome. It says, not easily broken, not easily broken. And these women are the founders of Alpha Eta Phi MS Sorority. And you know what? Now, if y'all know, because every sorority got their thing. I'm a part of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Right? So all of our sorors, we do our thing, right? Now, what do y'all do over there? Somebody got to tell us what y'all think.
I'll let Angie tell y'all.
Angie, go ahead. Oh, wait. So wait a minute. You have me unmute you here. So what is it, Angie?
This is our symbol. It's together in love.
I love it. I'm not going to do it because you know you don't do it if you know that. Go ahead. Dad, you know you ain't part of it. Do it one more time.
Together in love.
I love it. Together in love. Together in love. And it clearly you can see the green, and it doesn't matter whatever sororities and fraternities you're a part of. It's more about the sisterhood, the brotherhood. I know in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Omega Psi Phi fraternity did their big conclave. They did a huge thing this past weekend here.
Oh,
And my brother is a part of Omega Psi Phi fraternity.
I seen that.
And
It was all over every single social media. And I was like, when is this going to be over?
Oh no, it was never ending. They were rolling deep.
was
You see them at the gas
flooded.
stations everywhere. I was out of town.
Yes.
I was out of town somewhere and still saw. I was like, now I know all these people that's supposed to be in Charlotte. They up here, way up here, up yonder. But
Well,
they were
anybody that knows
everywhere.
Omegas know they know how to party.
You know it. You
Yes.
know.
They
So
did.
listen, everybody. We're here talking with the founders of Alpha Eta Phi MS Sorority. Make sure you all check out their site, Alpha Eta Phi MS Sorority. And when we come back, we're going to hear from Tiffany. Since we've been joking Angie, we're going to go ahead and go to Tiffany. Give Angie a break. Like, oh. We're going to talk with Tiffany English when we come back right after this commercial break. We'll be right back, everybody. Mackenzie,
when someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter & Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
everyone, we are back and we are talking with these women that have taken charge of their own destiny and created I'm sure it's nonprofit as well, but it's also a sorority that focuses on people with MS. Now, is this sorority something that everyone around the globe can be a part of if they have MS, or is it exclusive to certain areas?
No, it's open to anyone around the world who has any lady around the world who has MS and who is 18 years and older.
Okay, so the criteria for people to be a part of it, where would they go to learn more?
So our website is mssorority.org. And once you get to the site, you will go to the Seeking Membership tab, and it has frequently asked questions, the requirements, and in the spring of 2023, we'll be opening the recruitment back up.
Spring of 2023, the recruitment will be opened again. So right now, you all have how many people in your chapter?
Right now, we will have, well, we can't tell you how many ladies because everybody isn't finished interviewing, but
What am I doing? I'm getting ready to reveal too much. Okay, go ahead.
So far, I will tell you it will be more than 15 ladies that will be a part of the fall 2022 line, who will be the first line.
How many did you say?
So far, it's over 15.
Okay. This is so endearing to me. I mean, I love everything that's being shared here. Okay, so Tiffany, let's hear from you for a few moments. Tiffany English was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland as well. She's a single mother raising one son. She earned her associate's degree in business management and will be returning to earn her bachelor's. She's currently working full-time as a senior technical service analyst. And I'll let you tell when she was diagnosed with MS because that's a part of her bio, but I want to let her tell her own story. And what she believes that God is saying to her in dealing with this diagnosis. But she's excited about being a part of Alpha Eta Phi Multiple Sclerosis Sorority Incorporated. I know y'all got to say that. Yes. Because it allows other women like herself to find true sisterhood. Sisters function as safety nets in a chaotic world simply by being there for each other. And that's a quote by Carol Saline. All right, Tiffany English, glad to have you here today.
I'm glad to be here today.
Yes. So now tell us when you were diagnosed with MS, and was it something you already knew leading into it or just a surprise situation again?
No. And I was actually diagnosed in May of 2013, but like in 2012, I had a trip to Atlantic City. I drove to Atlantic City, which is about 2.5 hours away from me. And I I noticed my leg got numb. It felt like it was asleep, but it didn't wear off within a few minutes.
Hmm.
So I noticed that happened a couple times. I ignored it. I let it go. I
Mm-hmm.
finally it started happening more often. I finally started or went to I finally decided to tell my doctor, my primary care doctor, in April of 2013.
Okay.
So she sent me to get an MRI on my brain. When she got the results back, she called me and told me that she wanted me to see a neurologist. So she gave me the number to call it. They gave me the name and the number to call the neurologist to schedule an appointment. So I finally scheduled that appointment. When I had that appointment, she looked at the MRI because I only had one. She just sent me to get one on my brain. She
Okay.
wanted me to get another MRI on my brain with contrast. She wanted me to get the MRIs on my spine. But she said she thinks that I had multiple sclerosis. So I kind of broke down in her office.
Mm.
So I went and got the other MRIs. While I was at work, I got a phone call from her a few days later, and she did tell me over the phone that I did definitely have it. I had active lesions, and she wanted me to go to the emergency room because she was going to admit me for 3 days.
Dang. So just that's how you found that's oh my gosh, that's like very overwhelming for me anyway to hear somebody call me on the phone and tell me something that is going to change the rest of the course of my life and you just call you like, hey, how you doing, go, now I'm not saying that that's how this particular doctor did it because I don't know how she did it, but I'm just saying that over the phone and having that level of information being shared with you and then having to immediately rush and go to the hospital for 3 days
Right.
to deal with a life altering experience sounds like it can be overwhelming. Is that
It is because for me, I
Mm.
mean, she told me she thought that I had it, but it wasn't definite when I was in her office. So I broke down in her office. But then when she called me, I was at work. It was probably the middle of the day. So I kind of broke down there as well.
Mm.
I broke down at work. One of my coworkers had to call my mother to let her know. Um, so when I came home, I got my stuff. My mother took me to the emergency room. I was admitted. It was supposed to be 3 days. I ended up in there for 5 days of steroids.
Okay, okay.
About 2 weeks later, after I was released, 2 weeks later, my complete right leg, my whole right leg went completely numb. So I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive. It was heavy, felt cold all the time. I didn't know what was going on. But apparently, since I was in a active relapse, when I did the steroids, it was bringing it to an end. So my leg completely went numb. I had to go to physical therapy. I was scared to tell the rest of my family what was going on, but it was hard not to do that because I'm the one that usually drives everywhere. I couldn't drive. Had to stay. I was out of work for about a month. They let me work from home because I couldn't physically get there.
Wow.
So that scared me because I was scared I was never going to be able to walk again.
Interesting. Interesting.
But
Because you said, go
I
ahead.
went to therapy and they got me back on my feet. And then I started my first
Wow.
medication during that time.
Wow. Wow. Okay, because as I'm processing this, and please, in the virtual studio audience, you can put your own comments. But me hearing this as a person, I'm hearing it as if you all were just living your regular lives.
Yeah.
Is what I think I'm hearing,
Yeah.
right? Y'all were just
Yes.
living your regular lives. You had no clue,
Mhm.
no idea that MS
Exactly.
was a part of any part of your future diagnosis. No clue.
Right.
Right.
Then you get told this, and everything kind of starts when you get told this to happen kind of rapidly, is what it sounds like to me. It's like once you
Yes.
knew it, then it started to unfold quickly. Why? What does
Yeah.
do the doctors address that as to? I don't know if that's even a question anybody's ever asked, but do the doctors address why is it that I can go from not knowing at all and I'm pretty much okay, fine, I'm having some symptoms, but not anything that's life debilitating, to whenever I find out I'm actually now experiencing the lesions and the tongue tingling to the point where I have to be in the hospital. Why? I wonder why that's the case. Any thoughts? Anybody ever talk about that?
I think sometimes stress can
Yeah.
trigger your symptoms, and it can kind of like bring it out in different ways.
Okay.
So
Okay.
one of the things that I've experienced recently, I had like he said it was a pseudo relapse. So a
Okay.
pseudo relapse is not a relapse with new symptoms, but it's a relapse with old symptoms coming back up.
Okay. But maybe
which
we'll
is
have
a
a medical
result of
physician.
stress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a medical physician come on one day as well and just talk about that, because none of us are medical physicians, so we're just having a whole
Right.
conversation about our opinions. But personally that you were living a life a certain way, and then once you found out, hospital, MRI, and that happened, right?
Yes.
So there was a noticeable change in your life and your normalcy when these diagnoses became a reality. I am putting this comment here that the views expressed, because I want to make sure we put this anyway all the time, but the views expressed are just views of us as our own opinions. It's not reflective. I'm putting that, Mackenzie, not reflective of the show itself. Just want to make sure you all know that as well. Okay. Some people are saying different pain and things that they're experiencing too. Any advice for any suggestions for them? We're not medical physicians, so we're not giving medical advice. But this person is saying that they're having facial pain and excruciating pain. And I definitely think you should talk with your doctor immediately.
Talk to your doctor.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
we can't tell you what that means, Lorraine, at all, but we can tell you that you immediately need to be communicating with your doctor.
Most
Like
definitely.
now, get off the show and go call them. Okay, that's what I recommend.
Yes.
I'm not even joking. I'm serious. Go call them. All right. Any other things? Let's see. Lots of comments have been coming in, but we'll get to all of those. Tiffany, you
Yes.
specifically said that it's important to advocate for yourself.
Yes, it
Why?
definitely is, because some doctors that you have might not give you a lot of information on MS. Like when I got diagnosed, I really wasn't familiar with what it was. I had to do my own research and do research on the medications before I decided to choose one.
Right.
Just like I'm actually on my third medication now, and I am probably, after I got my first diagnosis, I went and had a second opinion from John Hopkins. So you have to do things to make sure that you are going to be taking care of yourself the best way you can.
Good. That's really good. So not just listening only to what people are saying to you, or physicians or different ones are telling you, but to also do your own due diligence and then work synergistically with those physicians. That's what I think I'm hearing. That's really good, because yes, the physicians, I'm big on believing, just so we all on the same page, my personal opinion is God created the doctors too. And so if they're suggesting some things to you that's in your best interest, in my opinion, I can only speak for Kim. In my opinion, I want to hear what the doctors are saying that's going to work for my best interest.
Right.
Because I believe that they are created by God too. All of us have some level of gifts and talents that we bring to this earth, and that's their gift. But let me also put a caveat. If I'm just meeting you for the first time and you're a specialist, right? This me, Kim. And I'm like, hey, my name is Kim. Hi, I'm Dr. Such. And then you talking about we get ready to start doing all kind of procedures and stuff, and I don't know you like that. Don't we want to get to know each other a little bit? I know my primary care physician because I've been with them for years.
Right.
When it gets to the specialist, sometimes it's like I think when we get to the specialist, they're ready to do what they're called to do. So they don't have time for all this extra. You already been with your primary care physician. Now your primary care physician sent you to this higher level of me. And I'm like, whoa. My name is Kim. How are you? I'm not about. I had to get something done, y'all. It was a private thing, but it's something that was kind of invasive. And I was like, what in the world? I don't know.
Right.
You get to know. We need a little bit, just at least one more appointment while I go through this if I can help it. But sometimes it's not that situation, clearly. It's emergency, and you do what you have to do. And that's the bottom line. All right. Let's see. So Angie. We finally getting to you, Angie. Okay. So, Mackenzie, I want to give you a courtesy heads up so that you'll be ready. That we're going to take another commercial break. But Angie, we're going to be talking about don't let that diagnosis stop you. When we come back from this commercial break, are y'all enjoying today's episode with these beautiful queens? I am. All right, we'll be right back after this commercial break. All right, everyone, and we are back talking with the founders of Alpha Eta Phi. Alpha. I wonder how y'all say it. Somebody say it how y'all really say it. You know how when you're in mode.
Go ahead, Lakia.
Alpha Eta
Lakia, go
Phi
ahead and tell us how to
Sorority Incorporated.
I was talking over the
Alpha Eta Phi Multiple Sclerosis Sorority Incorporated.
with the head and everything.
Yes, everything.
Okay, so let me say it. Okay. Tiffany, you say it.
I don't say it like that.
Say it how you say it, Tiffany. You say it however you say it.
Alpha Eta Phi MS Sorority Incorporated.
Okay.
See, I don't say it like her.
Angie, how you say that? I know I'm going to introduce you. I know how you say it. Go ahead.
I say it's Alpha Eta Phi MS Sorority Incorporated.
I knew it. So everybody, we're talking with the founders of Alpha Eta Phi Multiple Sclerosis Sorority Incorporated. All right. I'm enjoying you all today. At least you got good laughs today.
Yes.
Okay, so Angie Spence is a native of Fayetteville, North Carolina. She currently lives in Lawrenceville, Georgia, with her husband of 20 years and her son, who is 23 years old. I'm going to let her talk about, again, when she was diagnosed, because that's a big chunk of everything here in her story. But in September of 2020, she graduated from Capella University with her bachelor's degree in healthcare administration. And she's also been invited to become a member of Delta Mu Delta National Honor Society due to her work and her good grades. Since being diagnosed, she has not only been an advocate for the cure of multiple sclerosis, but she's also been a support for other women who have been newly diagnosed. And it's a lot to her story, but having a sisterhood of women who are going through this same thing is so important to her, especially when they're dealing with flare-ups, and they're all in this together in love. I'm proud. She says she's proud. She's proud of herself. And there's no competition, no animosity, no envy, no jealousy. They're just secure, confident women who are doing things while supporting each other. And this is a quote too by, I'm proud of her. She's proud of me. There's no competition, no animosity, envy, or jealousy. We're just secure, confident women doing our thing while supporting each other. And that's a quote by Sabrina Newby. Welcome today, Angie Spence, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you for having us.
I hope y'all are having as much fun as I'm having.
Yeah.
We are.
Okay, so Angie, you specifically received your diagnosis in 2019. And what triggered you to know that this is something you needed to look into?
So my diagnosis, I had me and my niece. She loves her. I have to put it. My niece, my great niece, loves her Aunt Angie dearly.
Everybody loves Angie dearly. I can tell. I love Angie. I just met you today. So go ahead.
So I had her. It was the summertime, so I had her for a week, and she wanted to go to the Cheesecake Factory, so we went there for lunch. Came back and we took a nap. And when I woke up, before I even opened my eyes, the room was spinning. I could feel the room spinning. So once I opened my eyes, I'm like, oh. So I immediately knew it was vertigo because my godmother has it and she's spoken with me about it a lot.
Yeah,
so I knew what it was
before.
And it's horrible.
Yes. I couldn't even nurse my children. I was nursing and I was shaking and it's a mess.
It is. And I never had it. Never. This was the first time. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, okay, it'll pass. So I didn't even think anything of it. 2 days go by, I still got it. 3 days go by, I still got it. So I finally reached out to my general practitioner because she treats me. I have diabetes too, so she treated me for that. So I called her and she was just like, okay, she said, go see an ear, nose, and throat because they treat vertigo because it's an imbalance. So went to the ear, nose, and throat. They did what is called the Epley maneuver, which is a maneuver that they do for people who have vertigo.
Okay.
It didn't work. I went to my chiropractor who also does the Epley maneuver. It did not work. Then I went to a vestibular specialist they specialize in helping people with vertigo. Everything he did not work.
So none of the vertigo related stuff.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
So how did you get to the MS?
So mid-July, well, after I saw the vestibular specialist, which is I saw him the beginning to the middle of July. And by that time my symptoms changed. So now I'm losing at certain times. My speech is slurred. If I'm walking, I like to call it a zombie walk.
Okay.
And then my left hand, I have no control of my left hand. So I was telling one of my friends about it. They said, that sounds kind of like a stroke. So you might want to go see a neurologist.
Right.
So the neurologist that I booked, he's very good. I have to shout out Dr. Juan Lakia in Loganville because he is an awesome neurologist. He actually, and I went to him because he helped my mom. My mom, when she was 81, her mobility was starting to dwindle and she was starting to experience numbness and things. So we sent him to her. And the thing that I liked about him, a lot of these doctors, they just, especially when you're older, they just want to attribute everything to your age. And he said he wasn't going to do that. He said, I'm going to run all these tests. And if these check out, then we'll go that route. But I want to check these things out first. And come to find out, she had a lesion that was fused around her spine.
So your mom had MS?
No, it wasn't MS. I don't know how she got the lesion, but it was fused around her spine, which is why she was starting to lose her mobility.
Okay.
So he immediately sent us to a neurosurgeon, and they removed it. And me and my brothers, I'm the only girl and youngest of 5 kids. So we at her, she's 81. We were concerned about her going under at that age, but she did well. And I went with him because he cares about his patients. He's not just trying to, diagnose you here, take this medicine, go.
Right.
He's not doing that. So he's so booked. I did not get an appointment with him. And this is funny. I found today is August the 29th. I saw him on August the 29th of 2019. So by the time I saw him, when I made the appointment, I was still kind of having some vertigo. But by the time I saw him, like I said, my symptoms had changed. So I explained to him, he said, well, you've either had a mini stroke or you have MS. So he immediately sent me for an MRI. He called me back the very next day and wanted me to come in office Monday. So my mom came with me. My husband at the time was in Iraq. So he's on Skype with me. And he said, you have 13 active lesions on your brain. So it is, it's safe for me to say that you have MS. And I'm staring at him and I'm not blinking because I know if I blink, I'm going to cry. And I'm not wanting to cry in the doctor's office.
Right.
But I blinked and I started crying.
Then it was gone. It was all over after that. I know.
Right. Because who wants to hear that you have a illness that there's no cure for? And at that time, the only thing I knew about it was Montel Williams had it. And I knew Tamia had it, the R&B singer. I knew the two of them had it, but I didn't know the specifics of it. So he went over all the medications. He was honest about what happened in the trial so that I can make an informed decision. So he told me about the pills. He told me about the infusion. He told me about the injection. So I went with the injections because I'm not one of those people that's afraid of needles. I pricked myself to check my diabetes. So it wasn't a big deal. Fast forward to today, I have episodes, especially when I'm stressed. And when I found out, I know it was September, I sat my family down, had a conversation with them. I said, listen, and we were good at that point, but I said, listen, if I've done anything to you guys to offend you anything, I'm sorry. I hope you forgive me. And the same, if you've done something to me, it's okay. It's water under the bridge. I can't do things or move the way I used to. I can't be stressed out. I don't want any drama. I just want us to be good. And if there's a problem, let's have a conversation. Did the same thing with my friend circle. And now I'm like,
That's
when I started out, I had 4 friends in my circle. I have 2 now. One of them's actually on here. I have 2. And I'm fine with that because I explained to them, listen, if you don't understand now that my life's changed and you're not a part of my peace, I can't deal with you.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I want you to just briefly speak more about that because it's not it's one thing for people to be like, if you're not a part of my peace, bye and all of that. But it's another thing to have MS and say, I cannot, it's not even physically allowed for me to have drama in my life. So everything from a balance perspective for me means it's a life or death kind of situation, or a life or permanent alteration in my life situation when stress is on board, is what I think I'm hearing, right?
Right. Exactly. And the thing is, you know, I think Lakia has seen it more so than Tiffany. But my friends, when I graduated in September of 2020, they had a virtual ceremony because of COVID. In March of this year, they actually had it in person, so I was able to go and walk. And we had got to Florida that Friday, and we were out shopping. And I know when I'm gonna have an episode, I feel it in my head when I'm getting
Oh,
ready
do
to have
you?
one.
Okay.
Yes, I know when I'm gonna have one.
Wait. Does everyone feel it when you're going to have an episode? No. Dr. Lakia? No.
No.
But you feel it. You
I
know
feel
when
it.
you're going to.
I know when
Okay.
one's coming.
So there's a
And
precursor. Okay. Go ahead.
right. So I knew I was about to, when I told my friend we were in Ross, I said, I'm about to have an episode. And I started having one, and I started crying because you have all these people looking at you, not understanding what's going on. So my other friend, she's just like, what is wrong with, she's just because she's
You're
that's
right
the,
or die.
everybody has that one friend in their circle. She's like, what is wrong with you people? Y'all haven't seen a woman have an episode
Oh,
before.
yeah. So she about to go off. She like,
Yes. Yes, because
she
for
got a
me,
she got a situation. Move on. Carry on.
yeah,
Go on now.
that was the second time I had an episode in public. And for me, it was embarrassing because you got all eyes on you, and I don't feel it's for a good reason.
Well, what
So
does the episode look like? Because I don't know what an episode looks like.
it's kind of like, the best way I can explain it for me is a zombie walk. You know how the zombies, you trying to keep your balance and you're taking.
Oh,
And
okay.
then like initially my lip would not pull, my left side would not pull. Now my lip pulls, especially if it's a bad one. And I lose control of my left hand, and now I have my hand goes to sleep now. So
Wow.
it's one of those. And that's why I live by, you have to be selfish. There's a such thing as being selfish in a good way,
Yes.
especially as it pertains to your health. And I'm just one of those people before MS. I wouldn't say no. If you needed me, I'm going, even if I'm tired. And I looked at my diagnosis as God trying to tell me to slow down, because he had my mom telling me, he had my husband telling me, my son, my family, you need to slow down. You're doing too much. And I wasn't listening. So I look at it as, this is the way he got me to slow down and listen, because I have to do things different now. I can't ride. I used to love ride bikes. I can't ride bikes anymore because of my motion sickness, because of my vertigo. But I still find ways to keep myself entertained and to enjoy
Wow.
life. And
Wow.
Lakia and Tiff will tell you, I always say we have MS, but it doesn't have us.
They have MS, but it does not have them. And Angie, that is just so wonderful what you've shared, and just being able to not let the diagnosis stop you. You're still living your life, you're doing your thing and making great strides. Now, I do want to hear one comment, if I can, from Tiffany again, if you can say anything that has been put on your heart. When we're talking about this, I know the hour is going to go fast, but I want to hear a comment from you as well, if you could.
If you do have MS or any type of chronic illness, like I said, you need to learn how to advocate for yourself. It's the best thing you can do. If you don't like what a doctor says, do your research, look for another doctor, something. You have to advocate for yourself. That's the best thing you can do.
That's so important. Advocate for yourself. And according to lots of statistics that Cassandra, thank you, on our team that provided a lot of the QR codes and the statistics here today, according to the University School of Medicine in St. Louis, they noticed that a protein called S1PR2, which controls the permeability of the blood-brain barrier, is more prevalent in those that have MS, and that it's more prominent in women than men that are diagnosed with MS. And there's not really a clear reason yet, because a lot of doctors are kind of baffled as to why that is the case. But females have at least 3 times greater risk of developing MS than males. And according to some 2017 data here in singlecare.com, 74% of people with MS are females and 26% living with MS were males. So it's a lot of different stats here, and we're going to be popping up those QR codes for you all to be able to screenshot them. Here's one. Let's see if, wait a minute. Are you able to, let me see if I can get that to come up. Is anybody able to capture that if I have that there? Tell me on your phone. Let me see if that works. Because this is where all of the statistics are coming from, and I'd like to make sure you have these QR codes. If not, we can put the links for you.
Yep, it came up.
Oh, thank you, Cassandra, on our team. She did these QR codes for you. So we'll pop all of them up here for you to be able to get them. That's one. And let me pop the other one. Hey, this is a picture I just want to show right quick. Hey. How y'all doing? Y'all some beautiful women over there. And let me also acknowledge one of your other members that's not able to be here today. Jessica Michelle Hawk is an MED specialist and disability advocate and educator. She was diagnosed with MS at the age of 17. And she then has went on to earn her high school diploma, associate's degree, and a bachelor's and master's degree. And her journey has been a roller coaster as well. But I do want to make sure that you know about Jessica Michelle Hawk, even though she wasn't able to be here today. She's one of their founding members. All right. So share a closing comment, Dr. Lakia.
Live. I will always say live. Enjoy your life. Like Angie always says, we have MS, but it does not have us. Get out, be a part of a support group. If you don't have this support in your family, reach out to us. We can be some sort of support to you. Reach out to the National MS Society. They have a wonderful website in different ways where you can get involved in your city. But you're not alone. Understand you're not alone, and there is help out there for you.
That is so important. I hope that you all have enjoyed today's episode at the same level that I have. Tell people again how they can become a part of Alpha Eta Phi. Oh, I'm not saying it right. Y'all, this is how you can become a part. Angie, tell them how they can become a part.
This is how you can become a part of Alpha Eta Phi MS Sorority Incorporated.
All right. And where do they go to become a part?
So you can go to we have a page on Facebook. It's Alpha Eta Phi MS Sorority. I'm going to look because I have it.
It's right here on the screen.
Alpha Eta Phi Multiple Sclerosis Sorority Incorporated. You can go there because we post on there daily. You can also go to our website at aepmssorority.org. Click on Seeking Membership. And again, as Lakia mentioned earlier, it has the requirements. There's frequently asked questions on the homepage. If any questions you have were not answered on that page, you can fill out that form, and our lovely secretary here will respond to you and answer those questions that you have. So we did just close our fall 22 line. We will not open the application back up until spring of 23. So just keep a tab on our social media because we will be posting when we open the application back up.
Awesome. And y'all, for statistics, for the rest of the statistics here, make sure you screenshot that QR code as well. And that will take you to lots of these statistics that have been shared for today's episode. And it's so much information to learn. Twins have, it's a lot of statistics, but I want to make sure that you all get these screenshots. And one of the things that was shared too is that identical twins have 1 in 3 chances to also have this particular disease. And I didn't know that as well. Yeah. And 15% have 1 or more family members or relatives who also have MS. And according to the ratio of women with MS to men, it may be as high as 3 or 4 to 1. So this is based on statistics from healthline.com. So all of these different QR codes will take you to different statistical data. And I'm so honored that we as a team, thank you, Cassandra, on our team, that was able to provide these QR codes. Let me put the last one up too. It's this last one right here. So everybody gets all of the resources. Very enlightening episode that you all shared today. And I couldn't have asked for a more enlightening episode. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Getting to the money is tomorrow. Getting to the money, if you are looking for your nonprofit organization or your for-profit organization to know how to get funded, a multi-million-dollar grant writer, CEO of Smart People Network Incorporated, will be right here on the Kim Jacobs Show tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you're in your virtual seats. And as I always say, please make sure you support the Kim Jacobs Show programming. The only way we can even thrive at this level and bring wonderful guests like we have here today is if you all continue to pour into the program. So make sure you choose any of the methods, $ Kim Jacobs Inc., or any of these methods to support our programming, because we come on daily at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we appreciate everybody that already gives to the program. All right. I think we covered everything we could cover.
Yeah.
You are amazing. I am grateful. MS definitely does not have you guys at all.
Thank you.
It's just something you live with.
Yes.
That's it. But is there any, you know how you're on a show and you're like, dang, I meant to say this. Say it now, Angie, or forever hold your peace. What is it?
The only other thing that I would like people to know about me, I actually went to, before I got my bachelor's degree, I went to school for makeup in 2011, but I was not able to pursue it because I can't stand for long because of my MS. But I'm happy to announce that I will be going back for my master's degree starting the 8th of next month. So I'm keeping it going.
Anything you want to say, Tiffany?
The only other thing I had to say about my MS journey is that it did stop me from pursuing. Well, in the process, when I got diagnosed, I was in the process of trying to have a child. So I had to put that on hold. And I did end up having my son. I ended up having him. I had him 3. He'll be 3 on August the 8th. So, I had to put everything on hold when I got my diagnosis.
Oh, awesome. I'm grateful that you have your baby son. Yes. Okay. Any last comment, Dr. Lakia?
No, ma'am. I say it all.
All right. Linda Moore, happy birthday to you. Birthday, okay. Hugs for on my on-air birthday greeting. Yes. Okay. Yes, you had a birthday. And I see comments, wonderful information live and live and learn about yourself. And don't forget you're in control of everything. Thank you. Great job, ladies.
Yes,
Mary Smith says, Mother Harper, who's in her 80s, is on watching today. She has her own social media page. And she is one of the longest living heart transplant recipients alive. And I'm so honored that she tuned into the Kim Jacobs Show. Absolutely love Mother Julia Harper. Y'all always lift her up in prayer. And she is such an inspiration to the world. All right, everybody. Enjoyed having you all on. I will see you all. Stay backstage for a second if you can. Everybody else have a great day. Thank you, Mackenzie.
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you all for tuning in. You can go ahead and close us out, Mackenzie. Bye-bye, everybody. See you tomorrow at 11. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.